benevolent guides, guardians, ancestors, angels, star family, higher self, Jesus Christ, and God's source of myself, as well as my clients. I ask please that you watch over this live and that you put a protective shield and a protective bubble around this home. Please put an invisibility cloak on this live so nothing that is not for the highest and greatest good of humanity can penetrate this or interfere with this or create problems with this. And I ask please that you hold us and keep us and protect us while we are speaking truth and realizing truth and understanding the truth of the universe. And I ask please that this live reach and touch whoever it needs to touch in order to activate their DNA, wake them up to who they are, and tell them how to be the best version of themselves they can be so that we can make this planet a better place. Remember, Ashe Namaste, by the power of three, Samote it be, always works, always a blessing. Hi guys. Hello, people coming in. Yo, I am fucking tired. So I broke my green lights that I usually have on. I broke them. When I was dancing, I got too crazy. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I pole. Hello everyone. I like to pole dance, and I got a little too crazy in my little apartment, and I kicked the wall so fucking hard, and I like ripped on my lights and broke them, so I just ordered some new ones. But for now, we'll just have to use this, because I like these to be like trippy. I like these lives to be, so we'll just have to make do with that for now. I know it's a little dark, but just bear with me. Hi guys, my Instagram, it's thedutchesslady, and it's spelled Duchess like this, like D-U-T-C-H-E-S-S. So THEDUTCHESS lady. Hello guys. So I've been getting so many messages from people that like they're not getting any notifications for the lives that I'm doing. So something you might want to do is when you click the little bell, like click it and then unclick it so it like redoes the notifications. Hello. The algorithm is unhappy with me for trying to make the world a better place, because I guess that's what algorithms are like when they're controlled by the 1%. But I am super tired. You might have noticed I've posted a lot in the last couple days. I did the pick a card, which was amazing and fun. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It's really fun. It's an 18+. And then I did the St. Patrick's Day working, and then today I did the Reiki working. Hello everyone coming into the live. And then I did the Reiki working today. So I am really tired, but I have messages I need to share with you. I need to do our weekly channeling for our advice, and also our weekly grounding for Mother Gaia. So this is not going to be too long of a live. Hello! Just because I'm so tired and I want to dance after this, because I really need to do that for myself. Like, that would be nice for me to be able to dance after a long day. Hello. Oh, hey, Teresa. What's up, girl? Don't drop that water, Nikki. Don't drop that water. Got it. My big 90s plastic pink cup. I love you. Treat yourself. Thank you. I did. Today I got a pedicure. You guys want to see? It might glow under my black lights. You might not be able to see it at all. Who knows? Oh, yeah, it's glowing, baby. It's glowing. Oh, yeah, baby. This is not a feet channel. Anybody who's signing on now is like, what am I looking at? Why is this happening? It's just me being excited about my pedicure. Hello. Thank you. Y'all, invest in some black lights. So that's your first piece of advice. I wasn't even planning on saying that, but invest in some black lights, because they actually activate your DNA. If you have starseed DNA, or if you have like demonic DNA like I do, like reptilian DNA, or the typical like demonized creatures, it actually, like, red lights and black lights, infrared lights, can actually really activate your DNA and heal you. So I've just been investing in a lot of different black lights for my house. Hi. How adorbs. I love getting my feet done. I feel like a baddie. Yeah, I have not in so long. And I was like, fuck it, I need to get these feet taken care of. And it tickled, man. It fucking tickled. I was like, They try to hold it together. Can we talk about why the masculine refuses to listen to or acknowledge the feminine? All right. So, do I work with a deity? I work with lots of deities, but right now my main teacher is Jesus Christ, and I know a lot of New Age people don't like to hear that, but it's true. We're in a Jesus portal. We're in Lent. This is a fucking Jesus portal, and I'm learning what I can learn from him, and it's amazing. But I work with a lot of different spirits. So I have some things I want to talk about. Ariella, can we talk about why the masculine refuses to listen to or acknowledge the feminine? Listen, right before I came on here, I was on Instagram, and Spirit said, okay, scroll down twice. So I scrolled twice, and Jesus said this. Scroll twice. So I scroll down, and I see the peace dealer, and he posted this great thing about the divine feminine. And then I scroll down a little more, and I see the Starseed Witch, and she just posted like a Freya day, a Venus day reading, and it was basically about it was just a reel, so it was only a couple seconds, but it helped me so much. It was about what has Pisces season taught you, and where in your life do you need to loosen your grip a little bit? Like, where are you trying to force your thoughts or force your opinions or force something when you need to just let go, surrender, and let God, dude? And I feel that because, today I'll explain a little bit more later down the line, but tomorrow I'm taking a step. Because it is it's the astrological new year of Aries season coupled with the spring equinox. This is a big day. We're ending a cycle, and we're also ending this first year that we've spent in quarantine, because I didn't want to say it, but when this first locked down, I was so scared because my spirits told me we'd be locked down for 2.5 years. Now, maybe that's just me where I live, because I know plenty of places. Like, my grandfather lives down in Florida, and his life is regular. My life is not. I live in a strict, very closed-minded, angry blue state. And it's not going anywhere, in my opinion, anytime soon. Thankfully, they've started to reopen some things. But we made it through the first year. And so with Pisces season coming to a close, which Pisces season is when everything locked down, we just had the 1 year anniversary of when things locked down in the U.S., which was March 13th. So with Pisces season coming to a close, really look back and reflect on what this year taught you. This year taught me that I do have control issues. I have self-worth issues. I have a lot of trauma that I did not heal, and then I had trauma I didn't even know I had that had to be surfaced as well. It taught me that I have toxic relationship habits, whether that's with my friends, family, or romantic lovers. It taught me I'm not as healed of my codependency as I thought I was. It taught me that I do have addictive tendencies, and I can easily be addicted to substances, people, situations. I was so pissed when shit locked down because I was addicted to my dance studio. That was what I was most upset about. And also, it taught me, because I was a nanny before things shut down, it taught me that I had to heal my inner child without another child. Because my inner child didn't complain at all while I was nannying, because it had a child to play with and to feel validated and to feel cared for through. So in me putting all my love and attention into that boy, I was healing my inner child. And as soon as that was gone, there was no more inner child healing, and I had to learn how to do that myself. So as we close Pisces season, let's think about the places in ourselves that we were shown through this whole lockdown and everything, that we were shown where we were weak and where we needed to heal, and let's feel grateful about that. And I feel so grateful, because I am a powerhouse of a human compared to the human I was this time last year. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It has not been an easy year, but it's been one of the best years of my life, with some of the most growth and joy, the highest highs and the lowest lows, terrible pain, physical, mental, spiritual pain, but amazing joy and pleasure and love and light too. So as we're closing out this year, let's look at the things. Now that I listed off all the things I needed to heal, let me list off the things I'm proud of. I'm proud of the work I've done with my business this year. I'm proud of the work I've done with the collective this year. I'm proud of the work I've done on my physical body with my diet and changing my physical appearance this year. I'm proud of the friends I've maintained, the friends I've gained, and even some of the friends I've lost. I'm proud. What else am I proud of? I'm proud of my financial stability and independence. I'm proud of my ability to be in and of myself in my aloneness and appreciate myself. So as we close out this astrological year, maybe that's something to consider, to write a little list of everything you're proud of and everything you learned, everything you healed, and things that still need to be healed. Tomorrow's a really, really big day, guys. It's the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. But especially if you're on a twin flame journey, dude, like, let's not make the same fucking mistakes we made exactly this time last year, right? Like, I was so urged to, like, be impulsive because, like I was saying, there's a step I'm taking, which I will elaborate on, but there's a step I'm taking tomorrow. And it's going to set the precedent for the rest of the year. And for me, a big lesson is going to be willpower. I already know that. So, yeah, tomorrow's a big day. Don't squander it and really set your intentions. Now, something I want to talk about, this is to people on Twin Flame Journey, and this is also to starseeds. So, the world needs us to make peace treaties in our life. Now, what does this mean? Now, April Elizabeth often talks about how, how humans are a living, breathing, walking, talking peace treaty amongst the universe, because if we can all get along in our three-dimensional reality, if we can all learn to get along, learn to love each other, learn to live and let live, and live in peace, that means literally any interdimensional species can do that as well, because humans really are a combination of all different kinds of species. So if we can do that, then we're setting a precedent for these higher vibrations, because we're low. We're low on the totem pole, and that doesn't mean we're bad. It just means we're lower. Like 3 is less than 4 is less than 5 is less than 6. You know what I mean? So if we, at our low, dense vibration, can live in peace and harmony, there's no excuse for the rest of the everything. There's just no excuse. Sorry, my face was cut off that whole time. There's just no excuse. So I'm coming to you with a message asking you to create peace treaties across your life. Now, what does this mean for you? So perhaps you have that friend that has opposing political views to you, and every time you see them, they just want to get in your face about why you're wrong or why you shouldn't believe this and come to this side, and all of this is very codependent, right? Trying to tell people how to live, who to be, what to believe, everything like that. Or even another example, like me and my church, like how they tried to tell me that, what I do for a living is inherently evil, Reiki and tarot. And I, last week, felt like I had to fight that. Not last week, the week before. I felt like I had to defend myself. I felt like I had to be like, no, it's not, because I don't believe it is. But it's not about that, right? So using those examples, your friend comes and they have all these things that they want to tell you and convert to you. It's about knowing your truth and just quietly accepting theirs and understanding that each of you are living in your own reality. Your perception is never going to be the same as the person's next to you. So understanding that your truth is yours and that their truth is theirs, and that they're happening simultaneously, and to both of you, they are very real. So it's not about defending yourself. It's not about changing someone's mind. It's about saying, I believe this, and that's okay. And you believe this, and that's okay. And the reason this came up to me was because I was at the laundromat, and I had a very traumatic experience at that laundromat, because I had a woman come in very fearful and with her gloves on, her masks, and just like burst through the door. Like someone holds the door for her. She doesn't even say thank you. She's like all angry and like bursting through the door. And I thought to myself, oh, I'm going to pray for this lady because she seems to be really fucked up. So I start praying for her and she just turns to me with this evil look on her face. And she's like, and where is your mask? Because a lot of you know I medically cannot comply to wearing a mask in a lot of situations. And it's essential for me to do my laundry. I have a doctor's note. I'm not fucking doing it. But now I'm getting mad. This is not really a good, like, I'm not doing a good job of talking about the peace treaty, whatever. So she's like, and where is your mask? And she's screaming at me. I'm more than 6 feet. I'm like across the fucking laundromat, man. She's screaming at me. She's humiliating me. She's calling me names. She's swearing at me. She is like getting in my face, but then when she's getting in my face, she's screaming like, you're not 6 feet away. And I'm like she's backing me into a corner. So there's nowhere for me to go, but she's in my face screaming at me. And then some guy saw her like coming at me out because it's a glass window, so he like opens up the door to see like if I needed help, and she jumps back with her hands in the air and she goes, stop yelling at me, stop threatening to hurt me, and just lies out her ass. And you know me, I'm an honest girl, so I was like my jaw hit the ground because she's attacking me, she's cornering me, and then the second someone walks in the room, she jumps up and throws her hands in the air like she's threatening me, she's swearing at me, she's harassing me, get this girl away from me, she's harassing me. She's also twice my age and much bigger than me. That's the thing, all these women who attack me out in public, I've never had a man do it, well, until this situation here, which was really scary. But so they're all could be my mother's age. And my mom, whenever I tell her these stories, I call her crying. And she's like, I just can't imagine. Like, she's like, at my age, attacking a young person the way these women are attacking you. So that was a very traumatic experience for me. And then even I'm like shaking, and when I get worked up, like I will affect the technology around me. Like my car unlocker won't work, or if I'm like really stressed out, or like I was trying to get coins for my to do my laundry. And the machine kept like spitting my dollar back out at me, and I'm like shaking. And the whole time she's calling me disgusting. She's swearing at me. She's calling me all these names. She's making fun of me because she was like, what is your ailment? And I said, I have a couple, but the main one, like I have 2 physical ailments and I have 1 mental health ailment. And the mental health ailment is the one that bothers me the most. So I was honest and I said, I have complex PTSD. And mind you, this woman is in a nursing outfit. Like, she's a nurse. And then she starts making fun of me for my PTSD. And just calling me really atrocious things and mocking me and being like, oh, well, if you have PTSD, then call me a germaphobe because my trauma is more significant than yours, and just like really fucked up shit. I kept my composure, and then as she's leaving, she's still swearing at me, still calling me names. This was going on for like a solid 7 minutes. 7 minutes in hell. And there's 77 people in here. But so as she's leaving, she's still swearing at me, still calling me names, still making fun of me. And she turns around and I was like, I hope you have a really nice day and that you feel better. Because I was just trying to kill her with kindness. And she turns around and she goes, oh, honey, I'll be back for you. When I go to move my laundry into the dryer, I'm coming for you. And threatens me, like she's going to jump me or kick my ass or something. So I call my parents. I'm like, my dad's like, you need to call the police, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm freaking out. I'm crying. And then some guy comes in from outside and he's like, hey, like, I saw that through the window. What happened? Was that lady giving you a hard time? And I'm just like trying to like hold back my tears. And you know what else this has all taught me? All this public humiliation is that like, cause I have embarrassingly cried in public multiple times because of this public humiliation and threatening to get my ass beat and stuff out in public because I'm not able to medically comply to wearing a mask. It's taught me that people have completely lost their humanity, cause you can be out bawling your eyes out in fear and nobody will bat an eye. Like, talk about technology and the phones really taking away the heart space and just people having no compassion, because there's been multiple times where I've been publicly humiliated and nobody has cared. And nobody's even cared to ask, are you okay? So this guy comes in after and he's like, hey, like, was that lady giving you trouble? But mind you, he didn't come in when anything was happening. He just stood outside. It was a different guy than the one who came in. And then we're talking and he's like, you know what? I'm a school bus driver. Because a lot of times people will yell at me and say, you're too young, you're lying. Like, you're too young to have medical issues, you're lying. And so he was like, I'm a school bus driver for elementary school children, and I like have kids who can't wear masks on my bus. And he's like, that is just so ignorant for people to make an assumption because of your age that, you know, you do or don't have certain medical issues. I'll get that a lot too. I'll get people coming in my face like, my 2-year-old's got a mask on. Like, bitch, like, your 2-year-old has nothing to do with this, with what my doctor says is right or wrong. But anyway, so that was really traumatic for me. And when the lady came back, that man like stood with me, and he didn't say or do anything. He just stood there with me, which I was super grateful for. And she didn't do anything because he was standing with me. And so, anyway, so I'm at the laundromat and I'm just, thank you. Thank you. People, you guys are so kind. Thank you. I see humanity, but I don't see any humanity. Exactly. Exactly, Alexis. Yeah, that's right. Elizabeth's like, this sounds like this lady needs a hug. Yeah, I agree. That's why I was praying for her, but it pissed off whatever demons were possessing her. But anyway, so thank you guys. That's why Jesus wants to help you. Yeah, because, right? Just as they prosecute, this is prosecution. This is prosecution, dude. I'm not doing nothing but following my doctor's orders. Well, you follow your doctor's orders, but for some reason, I'm wrong because my body's different than yours. You know, it is. It's prosecution, and it's bullshit, and it's prosecution because, like I always talk about, we're currently a slave race. We're a slave to whatever narrative they decide. You know, they're trying to talk about doing climate change lockdowns. Are you kidding me? I really pray the collective doesn't feed into that kind of bullshit. Hey, Pragya, thanks for coming. But anyway, so I'm at the laundromat. I get this very bad feeling, like this similar feeling to when I was getting yelled at. And, I'm at the laundromat, and so I'm in there and I realize I forgot my little bag of quarters in the car. So I go get it out of the car, and the man next to me, first of all, bald head and nothing to cover his crown. So like, if you don't have hair, your hair is protecting your crown, but if you don't even have anything on your head to protect your crown, it is really easy for things to hop in your head and make you do shit. And I was like riding a high because I went to church on Sunday and I like activated my third eye. I talked about it in my Reiki healing. I like activated my third eye even more. I'm like riding this high of like being way more psychic and shit. And I see this bald-headed man with like nothing covering his head. And as I open the door to the laundromat, he's just looking at me like that same evil look that lady had, that same fucking evil look. And I was like, uh-oh. So I go to my car and I get my coins and I'm about to walk back into the laundromat, and there's a man who's in front of me who's extremely fearful as well. I can tell he's got the mask on. He's not even like, he's opening the door with his fists, not even his hands. Like, I could just tell. And so he opens the door and he goes to like hold it for me, and he looks at me and he's scared. So I'm not wearing a mask, but he doesn't shut the door on me because I've experienced that as well. I actually experienced a middle-aged woman take the door and slam it on my body, like physically slam me into the door frame. And when I asked, what the fuck, why would you do that to me? She said, she said, you must not be able to read because the sign says you have to wear a mask. So she physically assaulted me because I wasn't following her narrative. So that was healing for me too, to have that man be scared but to not like shut the door on me. He held it for me, and in my heart I was like, okay, cool, like that's awesome, that's amazing. Isn't that sad that I'm just a nice girl out living my life doing nice girl things and I have to worry about being physically assaulted for no good goddamn reason? But anyway, so I'm like, yay, like how low are my standards right now in humanity that I'm like, yay, I didn't get a door slammed on me. That's fucked up. But anyway, so I'm like, yay, he held the door. And then I hear, hey, what did he say? I'm trying to, let me remember exactly what he said. He said, hey, he said, hey, put on a mask, why don't you? What the hell is wrong with you? And so the guy holding the door looks scared, and he looks at me, and then I just take the door, I let it shut, and I instantly was mad. Like, I was angry. And then I felt that Christ consciousness wash over me. And it's not even, like, I'm angry because I'm scared. Because I have a large man who's screaming at me, you know, in like a scary way, right? So I get mad because I'm scared. But then I feel this, like, Christ consciousness wash over me because I can feel that I'm protected. And so I posture and I turn around. And I start to say, I have a medical condition. And then I felt the, like, grace and peace wash over me. And I said, I could tell you were going to give me a hard time because of the way you were looking at me. And I get a hard time a lot for this. But I have a doctor's note that explains why I cannot wear a mask. And I hope you respect that. I think is what I said. Something along those lines. Like, I have a doctor's note to not wear a mask, and I hope you can respect that. But I unpostured, you know, I stopped being tense. I postured down, and the man, he stared at me, and then he said, fair enough. And he stuck his head back in his car, and he left, because I think he was embarrassed. Because I think he thought I was just some young kid asshole out here trying to make it so we're all locked down. That's the thing. Everybody wants to blame the lockdowns on the no maskers or whatever, but it's just like, come on. So that taught me something. It not only healed my first experience with that very mean lady, but the holding of the door healed the experience with the other mean lady who shut the door on me. And then me actually having a man yell at me, because usually I would shut down and, like, posture up and shit like that. To have that, like, Christ consciousness and to have Jesus, like, protecting me was enough for me to know that it was going to be okay and to create that peace treaty. And so he might never understand me and I might never understand him. But in that moment, we were able to respect each other enough not to get in a fight and not to hurt each other, whether that was physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. We just said, okay, and we went our separate ways. So that's why I wanted to bring that up to you guys today, because I think this is important. I think it's so important that we as starseeds, light workers, empaths, people on a twin flame journey, whatever you want to consider yourself in this life, you're here for a reason, right? You're on my spiritual channel for a reason. And it's up to us to hold the light. We have to hold the light for those who can't, right? We have to be the bigger person. Like I was saying, you have to create that peace treaty and recognize that, like, for him, in his reality, I'm evil and I'm bad, and so he's acting out because he's trying to smite the evil, right? But then, because I could hold peace and light in my heart, I shifted his reality a little bit. So maybe now he doesn't just yell at the next person he sees without a mask on. Maybe his reality has shifted to a point where he says, you know what? I'm not going to yell at that person today and ruin their day. I'm just going to go about my business because maybe they're an asshole or maybe they have a medical condition. But either way, it's not really any of my business to tell someone else how to live. And I think it's important that we shift into that energy and that we be the bigger person. That way we see that ripple out across the universe, essentially. I honestly don't wear a mask that much because I believe I am safe. I know the universe got my back and I'm in control of what I manifest, meaning I'm not manifesting from lower vibrational thoughts. Exactly. Thank you very much. Don't judge a book by its cover. Yes, thank you very much. I wasn't wearing a mask because I have said it in the beginning. I have a couple medical conditions. Everyone's like, why isn't she wearing a mask? You must have just tuned in. I talked about it in the beginning. I have a couple different medical conditions that prevent me from safely wearing a mask. And I was just saying, like, I get a hard time about it because you're young, or you're lying, or this or that. But the amount of abuse and prosecution and public humiliation I have dealt with because of this is wrong. It's just wrong. Thank you, Valerie. Says, I respect you for the way you handled that. Kind of crazy how wearing a mask turned into a political thing. That's exactly what it is. It's a compliance thing. And it's a way to turn us against each other. Because if we're too busy fighting each other about bullshit that doesn't actually matter, we're not putting our fighting efforts towards taking down the 1% that has created this problem in the first place. Okay. And I really have to pee. So I'll be right back. You know what else it has created? It's created even more of a surveillance state. Because if, like, you know, when things like this happen and people take out their phone and start videoing it, it's literally like creating even more of a surveillance state than we're already in. Because literally your phone is, like, you're doing the work for them. Yeah, I feel you. Someone said, I don't have time to protect the weak. I feel you, man. I also don't have time to play God. I'm not God, and I'm not trying to tell a virus who it can or can't take. I'm not trying to tell people, you have to stay alive. Like, you know what I'm, like, this fear, like, somebody put it really well. They said, death being an inevitable part of human life and something that we just accepted has now become something that we're trying to prevent, when that's just unnatural and it's not of God. And I saw this great meme that was like, we should nobody should ever be allowed to drive until for 2 solid weeks there are no reported cases of accidents, there are no deaths from driving, and then even when that happens, we should start to only filter in certain amounts of people who can drive, and those who are like the richest and most well off, they're gonna get to drive first, and everybody else has to wait. And I was like, that is so fucking perfect and spot on. Like, they're so... Me sitting here right now, I pray it doesn't happen. My house could fucking collapse in on me, and I could just die. Like, living, if you're alive, there's a risk of dying. So this whole thing is just fucking stupid. My friends have been getting the V. I've had to accept that they're on a different path than me, and I have to focus on myself. Exactly. That's like what I'm talking about here with the peace treaty thing. Like, for a long time, I was really trying to, like, sound the alarms, like, don't do it, don't get the V, don't do this, don't do that. And then I realized that's really codependent, and just because I want to, like, just because I am, like I was saying, in my reality, in my perception, from my research, my understanding, and my personal experiences with Vs, I don't think it's safe. But that doesn't mean that the person next to me needs to go down that timeline with me either, you know? Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is when you're visualizing your twin, okay? So I don't know about you, but I've been having a lot, I was actually talking to Pragya about this. I've been traveling down the timeline a lot, and I've been having a lot of visions of the future with my twin. And what I put in my notes is, when you visualize your twin, visualize them more as a light body, and be open to different ages and versions of your twin, because there are many different timelines. Now, something I understand too from connecting to April Elizabeth and listening into these Galactic Federation meetings and stuff like that, And I've been working with the Galactic Federation a lot. I've been working with my little friend Timothy. He's amazing. He's like a little observer. He's oh, he's so excited I just mentioned him. He's a human, Zeta Articuli, I believe, like a gray hybrid, because there's a whole hybrid program of creating human and gray hybrids, and he's my little friend. And so he's been coming to observe a lot of the things in my life. He came with me to go roller skating, and he was like, what? Like, humans are so weird. But I get it, because like I think humans are super weird too. Like when I'm roller skating, I'm just having the best time, but I'm like, whoa, because I just think it's so funny to be a human on wheels surrounded by a bunch of humans on wheels. And he just like didn't understand like why we like that so much, but it's fun. But anyway, what was I saying about that? Oh, so the 1%, the negative powers that be, they're constantly shifting and jumping timelines. So you might be experiencing a lot more of the Mandela effect. You might be experiencing a lot more of the you know, like deja vu. You'll probably be experiencing a lot more glitches in the matrix. This is because the negative powers that be are constantly shifting timelines so that the good powers have a hard time figuring out what their plan is, because if they can pinpoint their plan, then they can be one step ahead of them. But if they're constantly switching timelines, maybe on this timeline they're like they're creating another false flag, on this timeline they're releasing another bioweapon, on this timeline the V's are actually killing people, you know what I mean? So if you're experiencing these Mandela effects, glitches in the matrix, deja vu, or just things that you can't explain, it's because or like you look at the clock and it's 10, and then like 3 hours go by, you look at the clock, it's 10:10. I've been talking to people who have been experiencing that a lot too, like time not going forward or like rapidly moving forward. So this is because negative powers that be are hopping and changing timelines constantly. So when you're visualizing your twin, I want you to be open to different versions of them, because you're literally traveling down different timelines while also traveling down the timeline to the future. So maybe in this timeline, your twin has long hair, and then all of a sudden you visualize an event. So let's say you travel to your wedding, and the first time you traveled to your wedding, your twin has long hair and like a man bun or something, just an example. The next time you tap into your wedding, your twin looks a little different. Maybe they're a little more tan. They've got a shortcut now. Now they have a mustache and a beard, and you're like, wait, but that's not what you looked like in my first vision. It's because we're hopping and changing timelines. It doesn't mean your first vision was wrong. It just means they're fucking with us so much, we don't know where we're actually going to end up. So if this is confusing to you, or if this makes you question your connection with your twin, which in these past couple days, it's been hard. I've been feeling it too. Like, I've been feeling like questioning my connection, feeling like my twin is leaving, feeling like they're detaching from me. But I think that's just an illusion. Honestly, I heard that my twin got bad news, so yours could have gotten bad news as well. Or they could just kind of be in a shifting period, because like I was talking about, tomorrow is the astrological new year, and they could just be trying to figure themselves out. But anyway, if it's easier for you to like not feel so confused, you can picture your twin as a light body, just like a light silhouette. And you know, sometimes our twin might not even be who we think it is. I think a lot of the times it is. But it's good anyway to have that just like light-bodied apparition view of your twin, because this is your life. This is your reality. They're either going to join you in it and on this timeline, or they're not. But either way, you have you. At the end of the day, it's just you, right? So they can join you or they don't have to. So if you would feel more comfortable, you can picture them as a light body, or if you do enjoy seeing what they look like in the future and seeing what you look like in the future, just have an open mind, because like you're saying, we're constantly shifting and changing these timelines. I had a dream last night that my twin was having a hard time. Wow. I don't have a condition, but when I wear a mask, it's hurting my chest more. It's hard for me to breathe when I'm running errands. I am really sorry to hear that. And honestly, one of my doctors was like, I would not recommend this for anyone. He was like, he was like, definitely not for healthy people, but really, really not for people with pre-existing conditions that could like that disrupting their airways could create more problems in a person. He was like talking about how the long-term effects are going to be way worse. He was talking about how it's really unsafe to be exercising with them on, how it's really germy. So that's just my doctor's opinion. Had a crazy dream last night too. Can't quite understand it yet. Okay, you just reminded me. So a lot of us are really trying to close up old karmic ties. So my twin came to my dream, not last night, but the night before. He was all up in my dream, and I was shy and weird and was like trying to stay away from him. I was running. Last night, a karmic came into my dream. So as I was talking about with the peace treaties, I want you to do these peace treaties. I want you to have boundaries, set boundaries, but do it with detachment. So like when I talked to that guy and I was like, look, I got a doctor's note. I hope you respect that. That's me literally being like, I know I'm right, but I can't make you know that I'm right. You know what I mean? Because God forbid the police ever get called. I'm not wrong. I have my notes. I'm doing an essential thing. I'm not doing anything wrong. So I might not be able to convince you that I'm not doing anything wrong, but I'd at least appreciate your respect and understanding my medical differences. But I'm setting a boundary, but then I'm putting it in their hands and I'm saying, I hope you respect this so that we don't have to get to the point where we have to call the police. But if you don't, I'm in a detached state where I'm letting go. So the fact that my karmic came into my dream last night, and this is not a very toxic karmic. This is a karmic that was like, we were good friends. When we tried to do things romantically, we brought out the worst in each other, and now we're trying to just be civil and be happy for each other. So he came back to me through communication within the last couple weeks, and I had to set, really strong, firm boundaries, and I had to be extremely detached with this. So the fact that he infiltrated my dream last night and cut off my connection with my twin, my person, is a problem for me. So I had to set energetic boundaries to say, like, you're not allowed here. I can't allow you to be in my dream. You know what I mean? I can't allow you to be in my astral energy. It's not healthy for me and it's taken away. But pay attention to your dreams, because your dreams are going to get more vivid. Your dreams are going to get more prophetic. But really, and if you have karmics coming back, make sure that you are holding them at a safe distance. I would have had anger. Hey, Kat. Yeah, I talked about it, like I immediately felt anger and then I felt peace wash over me. Please save this live. I'm going to. No, when I dream, Valerie said, when you dream, is it lucid dreams? I've only had a couple lucid dreams in my life. I'm not really good at controlling my dreams. Hence why I was running. Because I was like, get me out of here. Dude, pregnancy dreams have been running amok. They're the most intense I've ever felt. Yeah, be careful, because that post that I said I saw the peace dealer posted right before this that was talking about the divine feminine power. I'll just post it on Instagram so you guys can see it if you want. All in the caption, he was like, be really careful about getting pregnant right now if you don't want to get pregnant, because he got like the Ace of Cups and the Empress. So, yeah. Okay, so we did the peace treaties, we did the visualization. Okay, and then I wanted to talk about why I started to go to church. So I started to go to church because I got really sick, and the only thing that helped me to heal and get on the right antibiotics and everything like that was prayer and Reiki. So I started going to church because I reached out for prayer and Reiki after a week of being in pain, and it was the exact day that Lent started. So I was like, okay, that's not a coincidence, like, that's real. So I started going to church because of that. But I wanted to tell you, I am continuing going to church because church makes me feel a lot less pressure, that I feel the pressure of the collective. It makes me feel a lot less angry and a lot more happy, okay? And it makes me feel blissfully on like cloud 9 in heaven town with my twin. So, because I'm doing the right thing, right? I'm going to a church and I'm putting this light energy out for humanity, and I'm rewarded by connecting more deeply with my twin. So, I'm challenging you today. I'm not telling you to go to church. I'm telling you to find something, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's going for a swim, whether it's gardening in your garden, whether it's cooking a nice meal for your family, I am challenging you today to find something that makes you, at least once a week, that makes you feel a lot less pressure, a lot less angry, and a lot more happy. Okay? And that can mean anything. But that is my homework challenge for you this week. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about, that I actually talked to a client about today. I've been getting a lot of like mommy daddy energy with the twin shit, and I'm not like saying that to be creepy or sexual, even though a lot of it is sexual. I do need a drink. This is water. Everybody's always like, what are you drinking? Water, baby. So, hi. AC says, I'm the client. Mommy, daddy, that me. Hello. In all caps. Okay, so thank you for joining. So, I've been getting a lot of mommy daddy energy. So from like Sunday, no, probably to Saturday to maybe like Tuesday of this week. Wednesday was the day that I woke up and was like, ew, did I end up in another dimension? But from like Saturday to Tuesday, I was like on cloud fucking 9, in twin heaven. And the amount of visions I was having around sexual healing of that like daddy energy and that mommy energy, and also not even just like, yes, sexual ones, but also just like the holding, right? Holding them and giving them that nurturing, loving parental touch, There's a lot of mommy daddy disconnect right now between twins. And it's like us as twins, we're craving to heal that through sexual means, which is fine, and it is a way that we heal it. Oh, thank you for the donation. You're a hero? Oh, thank you for that cute little sticker. It says, my hero. Thank you. So it is valid and important that we do this sexual mommy daddy healing, right? But it's also valid and important that we do it on an emotional scale, on a heart space scale, right? It's important that we do it on a mental scale, that we create this safe space for communication. We create a safe space for different opinions, and we create a safe space to just like be like, I don't feel good today. I need a hug. I need you to hold me, baby. I need you to just lay with me. You know what I mean? So that is very much the energy that's been coming through. It's a lot of healing of like literal, and I feel in our society, this was another thing I was thinking, like in our society, we're often taught to like sexualize the whole like zaddy thing. Like, you're my daddy, you're my zaddy, you're my zaddy. What about the mommy, dude? Like, because we are broken women, right? We're broken and hurt women who have usually been traumatized somewhere along the way by, and you don't have to be women, substitute whatever. Divine feminines, let's say. We are broken and hurt and traumatized in some way by a male figure in our life that creates this daddy complex, right? Or daddy issues, as they say. What about the men that keep creating these problems in us? You know what I mean? Like, what about the daddies? Like, the daddies need a mommy too. So like, we're coming to these men with our daddy issues, but then we just create more daddy issues because these men that we're coming to have mommy issues that are not being healed, recognized, or allowed to be. Like, they're not allowed to just be in those problems. They're not allowed to admit it, right? Because our society tells us that men should or shouldn't be a certain way. So if you had a man, like if you're like, oh yeah, fuck me, zaddy, fuck me, and you just have a guy be like, yeah, mommy, like, that is not something you see, right? Like, you don't see a shirt that, like, you see these shirts that say like zaddy or things like that. You don't see one that says mommy. So it's like, we're going to these men for healing when they themselves, like, you can't just have only zaddy. Like, you can't just have only zaddy. You have to have mommy too. So it's like, these men that were looking to heal us through this zaddy complex actually need the healing through the mommy complex, which makes sense because life is polar, right? We have the different polarities, we have the different dualities. You can't have one without the other. And in this physical reality, if you're trying to naturally conceive, you can't make a mommy without a daddy, and a daddy can't be a daddy without a mommy, right? So if it's just, it needs to even out. So you can really astrally work with your twin on that. I've been working with my twin a lot in that energy, and it's way easier to do, I feel, astrally, because there's no embarrassment around it. And especially if you're like, I traveled way down the timeline. Like, I traveled down to like our wedding night, and then I also traveled down to like when we actually have children and we actually are mommy and daddy, right? So when you travel that far down the timeline, there's a certain comfortability where your twin is being vulnerable and open, and their heart space is already open to you. And because of that, then you're getting the visions of like the needing that mommy healing. Because I went so far down the timeline to the point where my twin is like cool with that. You know what I mean? Cool with asking me for that mommy healing. So also another big thing, like my twin is extremely infatuated with my titties. I didn't look at these. They're barely even there, man. They're like, I love them. They're great. I love them, whatever. But like, it's not, usually when a man is interested in me, they're interested in my butt. That's just how it goes. I got a lot of butt, don't have much boobs, but that's okay. That's how I was born, and I'm proud and I'm happy that my body's like that. I like my body. But my twin is completely infatuated with my boobies. And it's very, like, it says a lot, right? Because, like, mommy, right? Like, the fucking breastfeeding and shit like that. Like, my twin also, like, judging by their moon sign, their mom, I don't think was very nurturing at all. And I'm a Cancer. I was born to be the mommy, right? I just am the mommy. I am, no matter what I do. So, paying attention to that, too. Paying attention to your twin sexual infatuations and connecting them back to how you can heal them and heal their trauma. And also, like I was saying, if you don't know your twin's chart, figure it the fuck out. Get it. Because, like, that's helped me a lot in figuring out how to navigate this connection that I have with them. Am I meant to remember that, or do I still need to practice to do that? Because I've been trying to do it this month, and I don't know if it's working or not. I don't know what you're talking about. How do you travel down the timelines? So for me, like, going to church has helped me a lot. Like I said, to just be around like spiritual people and to really open up my third eye and everything like that. And you have to get into a meditative state, and you also have to open yourself. Like, I can only travel that far down when my twin allows me. But that's the thing. This is something else I've learned this week. I have to be holding a really, really, really high vibration, because right now my twin is struggling. So in order for us to connect astrally, I have to be holding a high enough vibration that his low vibration doesn't take me out of my high vibration. There are a lot of spiritual parasites being transmitted right now too, and especially if you're having like astral sex with your twin, you could be picking up like sexually transmitted parasites, sexually transmitted like spirits. So you have to be holding a high enough vibration that you can transmute. And transmuting isn't like banishing these things out of your body. It's literally taking them, being an alchemist, and turning them from dark to light. So you have to be holding a high enough vibration that you can transmute these parasites. And also you need to be holding a high enough vibration that basically it's like you're astrally traveling for the two of you. So like for me, it's way easier when I'm going to church and like when I'm riding that high from church, because it gets me vibrating so fucking high that I can feel my twin pulling on me. Like, let's talk, let's hang out, like, let's talk, let's go down the timeline, like, I'm ready to go. But like today, it's Friday, I'm worn out, I've been working all week, I've been doing a ton of, like, my spell, oh my god, my money spell went amazing. My friend strips, and she was like, today, she did the spell with me. Like, she was a client in the spell. She was like, yo, I just got to work, and a man literally, she was like, they're paying me so much money to do nothing. She's like, this guy literally paid me to sit on the stage, not even dance, sit on the stage with all her clothes on. What? She was like, this literally never happened. She's like, people are just randomly giving me money. The last time I did a money spell and she participated, she just found $600 on the ground. Like, so I've been really working really hard this week to provide for myself, to provide for my friends, my clients, my family. I've just been doing a lot of work, and I just did that reading. Like, I just have done so much work this week, so I'm vibrating kind of low because I'm tired. So I can't hear my twin as well, and that's when, like, the self-doubt creeps in, and that's why I gave you that challenge. Find something that makes you feel less pressure, feel a lot less angry, and a lot more happy, and just generally vibrating in a really high vibration. So to actually travel, for me, I need to be in the right mindset, I need to be in a meditative state, and I need to be vibrating so high that I can hold the light for myself and my twin, because my twin is not spiritual really at all. So I'm doing all the spiritual legwork. They're kind of doing all the human legwork, if that makes sense. But, and then you just let it happen. Like, I was sitting on my bed, and all of a sudden my twin was literally right next to me, and he showed me this memory I had of the boy that I nannied. And my spirits would always tell me when I was nannying him, like, they'd be like, Nikki, get used to this, because this is what your firstborn is going to be like. And when I first started nannying him, he was crazy. So I was like, oh no, dang, like, this is going to be hard. But now he's like the best, most mild-mannered little boy in the world. But so he showed me this memory I had of the boy I nanny, who's my boy. He's my boy. And I know he was my boy in another life. Like, I know he was my son in another life. So I'm looking at my twin. He looks so cute. He's like, just looks a little different than he does now. You know, little facial hair, a little different, hair a little different. And he, like, points me to this memory, and I look at the memory, and all of a sudden, I fucking quantum leaped, and we went, like, through this wormhole thing, and now I'm in the future, and I'm watching my future son do the same kind of, like, goofy thing that, like, my boy, my nannied boy, like, it's the same energy, just the same, like, derpy, like, little thing, but a different situation. And it was just like these kids in a line, like, probably at school or something, and my son's like, like, doing some stupid, like, dancey, like, just like the little boy that I nanny. He did, like, a very similar little thing one time when we were together, and once we quantum leap down the timeline, I look at my twin, and he's like, looks different again. He you know, because we're down the timeline, he's in a different outfit, different facial hair, different hair. We just look at each other and we start cracking up, because we're like, that's our son, like, that's our little derp baby. I just love that derp baby so much. Oh, it's just filling my heart just remembering it. And so then we were just cracking up, and we're just looking at each other laughing, and then I just all of a sudden, like quantum leap back. And I don't know how to control it yet. I just know I have to be vibrating really high, and I need to believe. Yeah. How do you know he is your twin, especially since he doesn't know? That's hard. I guess I don't really know, because only God knows. But it's a feeling. It's a feeling. And I guess only time will tell. Energy and intuition to answer the question above. Well, that's what I perceive it. Okay. Yes. Yeah, energy and intuition. Exactly. Last night I asked Spirit and angels to give me a dream of him if he was the one, and I did, but the separation is still a lot. What does it mean in terms of connection? I feel very disconnected. I don't know really what you mean by that. Okay, so I get, yeah, so like I was saying, it's about vibrating higher. You need to find something that helps you to vibrate higher, because when I, like, there's a reason I'm obsessed with Jesus right now. I just feel amazing when I'm in his presence and when I'm in his domain and when I'm protected under that church, because nothing evil can come in, and the amount of evil shit that's constantly sucking on me and pulling on me is, like, a lot. So, like, I am high. I'm high on Jesus right now. I really can't recommend it enough. Like, when I was tripping all the time on acid, and I think it's like Ram Dass said that, like, acid is just Jesus in a pill. So it's just ascended master energy in a pill. This is the feeling I was chasing when I was doing too much psychedelics, is connecting to God and vibrating so high that I just know, because I'm psychic, right? That's why I'm here. That's why you guys are here, because you believe in my psychic abilities and my psychic skills, and I've proven myself to you. So the best advice I can give is to find something that makes you vibrate so high that you literally feel high, like you feel high on life, but don't do that with, like, drugs or alcohol or anything like that. Like, you have to create that natural high in yourself. Oh no, our twin flames always manifested on Earth. I think I have a Pleiadian bay. So I did a past life regression, and I was all different. Like, me and my twin have been all different kinds of interdimensional species. Also, I talked about it in my last live that, like, my keeper dragon in this life, I know he was a counterpart, and we were married in another life. I know that sounds weird and crazy, but in this life, this is just the role that he took with me. So, like, he took this role to keep me and protect me, because that's what he wanted to do. That's how he could best serve in this life, even though he was, like, my spouse, significant other, a counterpart in another life. So I don't think that's weird. Can you be your own twin? Yes, that's super contradictory, because your twin is you. Twin souls are just like a soul split. So yeah, yes. But if you wouldn't be a twin if all your soul was in you, if that makes sense. Okay, but I want to get to the channeling, because we've already been on here an hour. So let's get to the channeling, and then we'll do the grid work. All right. Benevolent guides, guardians, ancestors, angels, star family, higher self, Jesus Christ, and God source, I ask please that any messages that need to come through for the collective now, please come through. So I'm seeing a lot of purple energy, purple and pink, and I think the Pleiadians are having a message that they'd like to bring through to us. Actually, when I went to go pee before, they said that they were going to come through, and I just think they have a lot to say. Hello everyone. The information about vibrating high is exactly what you need right now. It's important to get outside. It's important to get out by the water. It's important to pet animals and spend time with children. This will awaken your nurturing aspect, as Nikki was speaking about, being the mommy, as you guys call it. This is just the divine feminine nature in her highest vibrating form. This is also extremely connected to Mother Gaia. Mother Gaia wants to nurture you, support you, and take care of you. She is your mother. She is your home planet in this life, and she's a planet you've admired lifetime after lifetime after lifetime when you have not been a human. This is an incredible opportunity to be a human at this time. You have no idea how many souls wish they could be here right now. Things might seem dark, things might seem dim, and things might seem hard, but this is something that many souls wish they could be a part of, and you are truly living, and you are a living, breathing part of history by being a part of humanity. Lay in the grass, play in the leaves, submerge yourself in the waters, become one with Mother Gaia, become one with the earth, hold your heart to her, plant crystals around her and in her, plant plants inside of her. Something you all can do is you can take a crystal and you can bring it to a space that you love. You can bring it to a space that is whole and close to your heart, whether this is your backyard, a forest, a seaside, or anywhere in between, and we'd like you to take one of your very favorite crystals and we'd like you to dig a hole and put it back in the earth, because that's exactly what she needs right now. It's important that we do this grid work for her because she's been compromised time after time after time. She is suffering, but she's getting better. She is having a hard time right now though, and she could definitely use all of your support. It's important, like we were saying, to play. It's important to get outside. It's important to get your vitamin D. Vitamin D, especially as we are coming into the warmer months, is going to be more important than ever. Vitamin D not only helps your immune system with all you humans and your silly fears around getting ill. Illness only is an evolution process when we deny ourselves the ability to get ill and then let our body naturally heal that illness. We are denying our evolution, okay? So during this time, vitamin D will not only protect you from all of these illnesses that you have such extreme fear around, but it will also increasingly activate your DNA. You're all going to be going through DNA activations that are going to make you feel like you're losing your mind a little bit, because you're going to start experiencing actually having physical powers. Nikki has experienced this a bit in the last couple days. She has literally felt the energy on her hands as if they are magnets. This is only the beginning. We are coming into the time of the crystallized children, and the crystallized beings are coming back to the planet now. All of you are going to be experiencing incredible powers that you did not even know were true. Your third eyes are all opening and you're ascending and vibrating higher. The weak places in your aura are being filled in by your benevolent guides, but it is important that you ask them for help and aid in your healing and in filling in those holes in your aura. Due to the law of interference, us spirits cannot interfere in your life without permission. You must give us permission to help you. So give your spirits and your guides the permission to come through, heal you, and sew up those little places in your aura that are what you would consider weak, but what we would consider a learning point. And a place for growth. As we were saying, vitamin D is extremely essential in the up and coming months. As Nikki mentioned, we are starting the astrological new year. You all should be very excited. Big changes are coming right around the corner. Especially tomorrow, we kick that off. Vitamin D is going to be important not only for your immune system, but for your brain. Vitamin D is going to help to decalcify that pineal gland. For those of you who are still using fluoride toothpaste or are still drinking tap water, fear not, because the sun is going to heal you. That is why some of these service to self people who do not want to see humanity grow, evolve, and remove itself from being a slave race. This is why they are doing their best to block the sunlight. This is why they are trying to claim that climate change is going to need to bring more lockdowns. This is so false. All of this has been extremely false, but this is especially false. They are trying to keep you from activating your pineal gland and decalcifying it through the vitamin D and through the sun. They cannot, however, fight evolution, because this is just how it is. This is the way it is. It is written in the stars, and they cannot stop it. They're just doing their best to prolong it, which makes it really uncomfortable for the rest of you. But yes, this sun is going to be activating your DNA. It will be decalcifying your pineal gland, and your little third eyes are going to be waking right up. Your crowns are going to be cracking open as well, so be sure to protect those crowns. And when you are in the sun, we do feel called to remind you that you are a human with flesh, and that you should put some sunscreen on, but make sure that it is not the chemical sunscreen. Make sure it's something that is not only good for you, but that is good for the planet. So also when you are out in the sun, do not be afraid to call upon Ra. Nikki considers Ra to be her father. The ocean is her mother. The sun is her father. This is the case with many of you, as a lot of you were involved in ancient Kemet and ancient Egypt. You were a part of all of this. So Ra is your father. He is part of you. And as she was saying with the mommy and the daddy, this is one of the ways you can heal these daddy problems that you're experiencing as a human. So the sun is going to be activating the light energies and light codes within you. It's going to be decalcifying your pineal gland, and you should give your praise to the Father, to the Sun, so that the Son and the Father can then bless you with healing around these father problems of which Nikki was speaking on. Also, it would be very good for Easter if you guys could get yourself some tulips. They will be very beautiful, and you can look up the meaning around that after, because it does hold another meaning. If you are interested as well, it would be really nice to color some eggs, not only for the children in your life, but just for yourself, because that's fun. As we were saying, it is a time to play as we come upon the lighter parts of this reality in this cycle that we are heading into, right? The astrological new year of light. It is time to be more lighthearted, and it is time to play. It is important every day that you get outside for some fresh air. No matter what kind of lockdown they try to put on you, they cannot tell you that you can't go outside. You are a sovereign being that is allowed to be out in the sun, and that is allowed to get fresh air, and that is allowed to enjoy the planet of which you were born onto. It is important as well to submerge yourself in salt water, in saltwater bodies, right? As you immerse yourself in these bodies, your physical body is healing. This might be another falsehood or another lie that is pushed by these negative powers that be. They might try to tell you that you should not be getting sun, that you should not be getting out in the ocean, that you should not be walking on the sand, blah, blah, blah. Add it to the lies. These are all just lies. It is very foolish, and we hope you can see through that. But if you can't, that's okay, and that's part of your journey too. As we said, it is important to play, so make time for children, make time for family, make time for animals. Give your animals a little bit extra love as they are feeling frisky and very feisty with this big change that is coming tomorrow. If they've been being more naughty lately, it's okay, and you can just give them a little grace because they can feel the major shift that is coming. Worry not, humans, because you're almost done. In the grand scheme of your lives, these couple years that you're experiencing this hardship is nothing compared to the life of light, love, and awakening to the truth and hidden knowledge of this reality. These short periods of time are nothing compared to what you have to look forward to. Do your best to lean into the chaos, and do your best to stay peaceful within the chaos, and enjoy the chaos a little bit. It doesn't have to be stressful. It can be fun. There's such thing as fun chaos. So lean into it a little bit more. Is there anything else? Most of you need to drink much more water, okay? You're being very dehydrated, and they are really amping up on the chemicals that they are putting in your air. They are doing this to try to continue to calcify the pineal gland, but as we have explained, they cannot fight nature, and nature will, the sun will decalcify this pineal gland. It just makes it a little harder on you. So it's very important that you drink water to flush all of these chemicals out of your system. But like we said, they cannot fight the inevitable. They cannot fight evolution. They cannot fight nature. It will be much easier and better on your body if you can drink more water and take care of yourself more. We are seeing a lot of light purple, light blue, and light pink. We want you to work with these colors, especially the violet, because violet is connected to Saint Germain and the violet flame. This is a twin flame symbol, the infinity symbol along with the 1111 and the violet flame. Now, all of you are master creators of your reality. As Nikki spoke, you are literally creating the reality of which you think you deserve and of which you perceive. If you would like to work with the violet flame and Saint Germain, he is of a very high vibration, a very, very high vibration, and he is a master magician and manifestor, okay? So you can work with him to manifest the reality that you want to see, and you can do it all through love and light and through grace and through the highest and greatest good of this humanity. We ask you to please work with these colors at least for the next week. Be working with the light violet, the pink, and the blue. Blue for the divine masculine, pink for the divine feminine, the violet when you two come together. So Saint Germain, work with him, get to know him, and get to understand him, and work with these colors. Anything else? Keep your diet clean, although it's okay to splurge and indulge at times. Do your best to keep your diet clean. Eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. And like we mentioned, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. And do one nice thing for yourself every single day. You humans do everything for everyone else, whether that's your boss, your parents, your siblings, your children, your pets, whoever. You do everything for everyone else, and you very rarely take the time to do kind things for yourself. So make sure that once a day you're doing one nice thing for yourself. We cannot stress enough that you need to be drinking so much more water, and be kind to yourself through words, and be kind to your neighbor through words. That is really all we have, and we thank you for listening. And good luck to you. We will see you soon. Know that you can call upon us at any time. We love you very, very much, but we do need permission to interfere in this physical realm. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you soon. Call upon us when you need us. We love you. That... Yo, that was a lot. Whoa. I've never fucking channeled like that. I love this woman so much. I love you. That was so Pleiadian. I've channeled the Pleiadians and it's been really monotone, but that was like, when I see people channel the Pleiadians, I get it. They're like rocking and like they're like smiling and like, I get it. I think those were 9th dimensional. You're so welcome. I have been so called to deep purple, blue, and light pink, dark green on different days for the past few months. Interesting. Yeah, you do. You have to ask for help. Hey, Joe! You just came in at a weird time. I was like roller journaling. She was creepy, but I'm here for her. Yo, I'm sorry. It's embarrassing, guys. I hope you realize this is embarrassing. Just like my drunk readings. Like, this is embarrassing for me to put myself out here like this. I'm just trying to help. I'm just a channel. I don't know what's coming out. That was super interesting about the sun decalcifying our pineal gland. You're so welcome. Crazy that you mentioned the sun because I've been getting into sun gazing. Ooh, beautiful. That channeling made me feel so much joy and love. Wow. Oh, thank God. Because someone was like, that was really creepy. That just made me really self-conscious. That was such a precious and beautiful information. I'm so thankful. So much love to you and them. Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, the space lady. Yeah. Right? That space lady was intense. I think it was a collective. So Pleiadians are like, the Pleiades is like a whole star constellation. And I think they're of hive mind. I don't really know. Girl, it's 2:30 a.m. here and I can't sleep. Glad you're here. How do you feel about phantom pregnancies? I actually don't know anything about that. So much energy in your heart chakra. Yeah, me too. Did you see me? I was like, what the fuck? I've been called to work with Saint Germain for the past week. That's why. Just dabbing in here. All right, let's do this guided meditation, guys. And then I have to fucking pee, and then I have to dance, because she was like exactly what she said about us doing nice things for everybody but ourselves. That is like true. True that. I had skates with blue, pink, and purple stripes. Beautiful and amazing. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna pee before we do the grounding and grid work. Oh, shit, guys. Remember what she said about planting a crystal? We have to give one of our favorite crystals back. We have to give one of our favorite crystals back to the earth. And, I mean, we don't have to, but it would be a really good thing for us to give one of our favorite crystals back to the earth. That would be good. Okay, I'm gonna go pee really quick. Oh my god, you guys, my house is such a witch house right now. Like, I have so many candles burning because of all the spell work. I've got, like, my house is all disheveled from everything I've done the past 3 days. I just feel like I'm in this, like, cave, this witch cave right now because my space feels small because I'm working so many spells right now. So there are a lot of spirits in the house, so it feels really small and cluttered. You said pay attention to light blue, and look, the light blue behind me! Dun dun dun! You're right. Can that crystal be my Moldavite? Ooh, shroom booty. Yo, I just pictured like a weight, like boom, like a mushroom bomb. Like if you bury that Moldavite, that's gonna change things because Moldavite is rare, powerful, and not even of this earth. If you are willing to make that sacrifice, I can make a big sacrifice too. Wow. Okay. Damn. I'm pretty sure 2 of my favorite crystals fell into my garden the other day. That's funny. You sounded like the fairy angel Warkari. Ooh, I actually don't even know who that is. That's really cool. Whoa, what the hell did I just click on? We're getting crazy in here. What? Thank you. Thank you, AC. A tip for your space dance later. Thank you for everything you do, Angel Pie. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. You're so welcome. Damn, if you let me know if you bury that Moldavite. If you bury that Moldavite, I will have to bury one of my really nice crystals because I can't be out here preaching about that shit and not back it up. Better back it up, I like the way you work it, no diggity. Alright guys, let's do this grid work, grounding, meditation. Let's do some work on the Earth's core. Let's be here for Mother Gaia. Let's make the world a better place, okay? Alright. What did you say? I appreciate these channel messages so much. It's great to have this space to connect. Thank you for providing it. You're so welcome. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride. If you bury a crystal, I'm gonna have no choice, but I'm gonna have to too, bro. Yeah, well, I am. I'm gonna bury one. I was gonna bury one, like, because my spirits told me to do that, and I was like, I'll just bury one that I don't really like. But now that we channeled that lady, and she's like, give it a nice crystal, I'm like, oh, okay. And now that Shroom Buddy's out here raising the bar with Moldavite, like, I'm like, that episode of Adventure Time when I don't remember the episode at all, but I just remember Jake being like, that That's how I feel when I read that. I always wanted to be a part of a coven, and I finally feel like I have a space to connect with spiritual people here. Oh, that makes me feel joy in my heart. I only have one crystal. I love my mama and everything, but anxiety and overthinking get squashed with this amethyst. If you got one crystal, baby, then plant a plant instead, or pray, or pick up litter. That's a great one. If you continue to use your amethyst, but if you want to give a free offering, obviously put on gloves and stuff first, but pick up some trash. That's a beautiful free way to give back to this earth, is to just pick up a little bit of garbage. Like I said, do it safely and sanitarily, but I can't help it. Every time I go somewhere and I see trash, I'm picking that shit up. And in COVID, my sister was like, no, like, don't do that. But then actually one day she was at the beach and a little boy picked up a water bottle that he found like in the ocean, and his mom like grabbed him and like swatted his hand and like dragged him and yelled at him about how he shouldn't touch garbage and stuff. And my sister was so disturbed because she was like, that's going to mess him up for life, because like he was like, you know, you're being taught, imagine how confusing it is to be a kid right now. Like you're being taught like littering is bad and you should pick up garbage and this and that, and like, and then now it's COVID and you can't really understand because you're a little kid, and now you're literally getting like swatted and dragged across the beach because you did something to help the planet. Like my sister was so disturbed, and she actually said something. She was like, I have hand sanitizer. Would you like to use it? And she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, he's so absent-minded. And my sister was like, not really. Like, she's like, I think it's really kind and noble that he wanted to pick up the trash, and I think it came from a good place. And then the mom was like, yeah, I guess you're right. I'm just nervous. But my sister was so disturbed by that. I pick up litter all the time when I'm out or around my crib, but I live in the hood. It's hard to see all the trash and be low-key disgusted. Humans be bugging. It's true. It is very, very, very true. Well, he has bigger problems than that. It reflects more on the mom than the planet. Yeah. I thought you are a Libra. Me? What made you think I was a Libra? I'm a Cancer. And my other placements are Pisces. I just realized Robert Pattinson plays a martyr in Harry Potter, and Tennant, both characters sacrifice themselves for the hero. Both are too good for their story. Dang, I don't really know. How kids are raised is everything. I get her on that. Yeah, my sister's been a nanny for years as well, too. So, like, that situation really, really disturbed her because she could never picture doing that to any of the children she ever nannied. I'm new, very interesting and valid points made. I appreciate the energy exchange. I want to build a paradise. Do the spirits do the spirits have anything to tell me? Just everything that you took from this message. I can't really be doing like personal channelings right now, but Pisces rising, yeah, I'm a Pisces rising and a Pisces moon. Did you miss anything? You missed everything, kind of. You'll just have to go back, but I could read these messages forever. I'm just gonna go ahead and let's do this meditation, okay? My neck, God, I really need to like stretch and dance. I can't wait to smoke a bowl and get really high and dance after this. This is the only thing. So for Lent, I gave up alcohol and psychedelics, but I'm still smoking weed at night because I like it, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Get yourself in a comfortably seated position. You can place your hands up, your palms upward to receive. And if you're needing some more grounding, you can place your hands down to ground yourself into the earth. I want you to start, please, by picturing a white ball of light in your very center, in your core, right where your solar plexus is, right between your ribs. I want you to picture this light spiraling, please. Picture it spiraling and spiraling. And as it spirals, it's slowly growing. And as it begins to spiral, you can see different flecks of gold sparkles, flecks of pink sparkles, flecks of purple, and flecks of blue sparkles, all spiraling and growing in a clockwise motion. Allow this light to expand out and open more towards the outside of your body and continue to let it grow. Perhaps it feels cool, like a breath of fresh air, or perhaps it feels warm and it warms your heart. As it grows, it completely begins to encompass your full body. It pulses and you can feel its energy pulsating around you. It feels like unconditional love, and it feels like the purest light. Allow this light, if you feel comfortable and called to grow and surround your home now. Slowly let it grow and expand across your dwelling, growing larger and pulsating more and more. You may even hear a frequency in your ears, a high-pitched frequency of this light, or you may hear the whomping, pulsing noises of this light, or you may hear nothing at all, and it's simply a feeling. As it grows and encompasses your dwelling, allow it to settle. Know that in this white light, there is only goodness, and nothing shall by any means harm you. Only entities and intentions of love and light can cross your threshold into your home, and into your space, and into your heart. You are protected, you are loved, you are wanted, and you are kept. Now, if you feel called to and you feel comfortable, I want you to please picture this white light growing and expanding across the entire planet. Allow its soothing embrace to wash over planet Earth and gently embrace, caress, and surround the planet. Almost as if it's warm lava traveling around her to hold her, protect her, and keep her. Once this light has fully encompassed the planet, I ask you please to hold space in your heart for the light and to push even more light out into this orb so that it is pulsating and vibrating at such a high frequency. I ask please now that at this high frequency and vibration, you picture a popping almost. You picture a bursting and a settling of this light around the planet. Perhaps it bursts out in many sparkles and settles in a ring. Perhaps it continues to vibrate out, but that burst consists of a solid cloaking of this planet. Or perhaps it bursts and now it's just sparkles in and of themselves, however you perceive it. It's up to you. This is your reality. You make the choice. For me, I picture it as a ring that bursts out and solidifies. I want you now to picture many little spiders. This might seem odd, and a lot of us have fears of spiders in this life because across the different dimensions, a lot of times spiders are far larger, much bigger. They're huge, and they're calculated, they're smart, and they're not very nice. So that's why a lot of us have fears of these little spiders in this realm. However, we want you to put aside your fear, and we want you to picture many little spiders of light going over the planet and really encompassing her and using sacred geometry to sew together a beautiful web weaved in light and love and protection. These spiders work hard, and they will work on the outside of the earth while we work on the inside. I want you to now picture the earth's crust. What does it look like to you? What does it feel like to you? What does it feel like energetically, and what does it feel like physically? I want you to picture that now. I want you to travel into the next layer of the earth now as well. What does Middle Earth look like? What does this layer feel like? What is its density? What kind of vibration does it hold? Are there creatures in here? Can you see the worms eating the dirt? Can you see the plant's roots growing into the ground? What do you see? Perhaps you see nothing at all. Now I want you to travel down, 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 way deep into the earth's core. What does this look like to you? It can be a crystal in any shape. It can look like lava rock. It can look like a light. It can be anything. For me, I like to picture a smoky quartz orb as the center of the earth. Now that you're in the center of the earth, I want you to fragment a bit and send part of yourself back up to your body. Whenever you reach your body, I want this part of you to settle directly in your solar plexus. I want you then to picture any sacred symbol that calls to you in light and love. I will be using the Reiki symbol of power. In the fractaled piece of myself that is in my solar plexus is now going to project this symbol out of my body. Through this symbol, this fractaled piece of myself is now going to travel down, 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 back into the earth's core to retrieve the other fractaled piece of myself. I want you to please picture a white light shooting down your solar plexus, down your sacral chakra, down your root chakra, and into the earth. Ride that light down all the way to the earth's core. And once you reach it, really hit the core hard with that light and love. And I'll wait for you. Oh, I'm seeing all the lights. Amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now that your two facets of self, your two fractals, are down living in that beautiful light energy of the core of the earth, I ask you to please send them both traveling back up together, hand in hand. And as you send these two back up together, you realize that the hand you're holding is the hand of your twin. Because just as you fractaled yourself to be born into this life, to be born into two separate vessels, when you fractal yourself, and when you're trying to connect to your twin, it's just you. So as you are traveling back up this light beam, hand in hand with your twin, I ask you to pass through the through the root, through the chakra, through the solar plexus, up into the heart, through the throat, and really do some good work on the throat. Really open that up. Through the third eye that is currently being decalcified, and out through your crown. And I want you to picture this white light traveling all the way up as far as you can imagine, into infinity, into space. And the two of you, you and your twin, you are just riding this light into space. You're filled with joy. You're filled with knowing. You're filled with truth. You're filled with understanding. You're filled with all the secrets of the universe. And as you look into your twin's eyes, you see yourself. And you know that everything is going to be okay as you hand in hand ride this light wave. It's okay to let go. I ask you now, although it may be hard, and although it may be painful, release your twin's hand. And understand that as you release their hand, you're not actually letting them go. You're letting them go so that if they are yours, they can return to you. As you release hands with your twin, you notice a light cord that connects your two palms. Palms and hands are an extension of the heart. Think of your hands in white light orbs in your palms, and think of a white light orb in your heart creating a triangle. This is the true heart space. This is the true heart center. And as you continue to ride this light beam into the ether and you release your twin, you see this cord between the two palms of your hands. You know that you can never truly be apart because you are one. You are one heart, you are one soul, you are one love. Just as God is one heart and one soul and one love, and you are God. Open your arms and stretch out wide, for you're traveling through the ether and you have the space to stretch out. Dance and intertwine with your twin. Laugh, hug them, hold them, kiss them, tell them you love them. Every day, astrally, you need to hold space for your twin and tell them that you love them. Because when you tell your twin that you love them, you're just telling yourself that you love yourself. And whenever you feel resentment towards your twin or anger towards your twin, it's simply because you're feeling self-hatred, anger, and self-deprecation towards your own being. What needs to heal in you? What needs to get better in you? Why are you so mad at them? When you're mad at them, you're just mad at yourself. Look your twin deep in the eye now. As you settle into the ether, get off that light wave you were riding. Now it's just you two in space. It's just you two in nothingness, in new. New was the darkness from which everything came. It's just you guys. Hold hands, hold hearts. Look your twin deep within the eye and tell them, I see you, I love you, I know you, and I'm here for you. I will never let go and leave you. I will only let go to be closer to you. I love you. But now, Starseed, it's the hardest time. It's time your cord is pulling you back down. You must leave that fractal of yourself in the ether, just as you have left it in this physical realm. But each time we say goodbye, gets a little easier. Look your twin in the eyes. Tell them you love them one more time. And let go. Let go and let God travel that light beam right back down into your body. And as you're traveling that light beam and you're watching your twin disappear into space, and you feel the crushing weight of separation, you can still see that cord that is connecting your two palms, that is connecting your two hearts. And you know that everything's going to be okay. Gently settle your soul back into your physical being. And know that this light orb will protect you and keep you until our next live, next Friday, when we do it all over again. Settle back in your body. Settle back in your heart. Settle back in your knowing. Place your palms down to ground. and shift back into this physical reality. Amen Ra Ashe Namaste. By the power of 3, so mote it be. Always works, always a blessing. That was crazy. Hey! Hi, Erica. Hi, I love you so much. Right? That was powerful. Oops. Harley. I agree. That was really powerful. The energy tonight is so peaceful. I love it. I'm so glad. I saw the sparkle before you said it. Amazing. Does vaping calcify your third eye? I don't know, but I know it's not good for your lungs. Crying. Perfect as always, love. Beautiful. I felt that. Ugh, I cried leaving him. I know, it's always the hardest part. I heard and saw a lot of you were saying before it happened. Oh my God, that's amazing. I'm gonna go to sleep now. This calmed me down. Good night, FBI agent behind your screen. That's a scary name. Good night. Have a good night. Okay, time to drink some water. Yeah, literally. Let me drink some water too. I just texted you. Okay, cool. Wow, that was really beautiful. That was amazing. It was much easier to leave my twin this time with that whole cord thing. That made me... You guys, I never know what's going to come out on these lives. Like, I didn't know that. That cord information was really helpful for me. Really helpful. I have my Bible open and I'm listening to you while I read. Oh, beautiful. I miss him so much. I miss him too. I cried, but it was so cleansing. Good. Oh my, that was so powerful. I want to cry with how much love I felt. Thank you so much. Honestly, felt so strangely familiar. You're so welcome. Yeah, it feels easier somehow. I agree. Cord cutting is so healing. I did one earlier today, right before your last live. Ooh, yeah. This cord though can't be cut. It's the good kind of cord. It's the love cord, right? I mean, I suppose it could be cut. That'd be really painful. Glad you liked that. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. That was awesome. But I really need to follow this information we got from the Pleiadians, and I need to sign off of this, and I need to dance. I really need to dance. I came in just when it ended, but I still served myself a glass of water, so that's positive. Good! You can always watch it back. I will post it. Is it weird that at night I imagine my pillow as him? I don't know, just me? No! I astrally cuddle with my twin all the time! Whoa, I see my twin almost every day physically. I can feel the cord every time we pass each other at work. Yo, that's gotta be hard to be at work. Dance. Hi! I am going to dance. Alright. Catch you later, Xenon. In the sequel? Is that what you... I love that you just called me Xenon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Make my heart go boom, boom. My supernova girl. Protozella. The original fucking false idol. Okay, guys. But I'm gonna get going. We live in the same area, so we always feel each other. It's a lot. It's a lot, guys. It's a lot to be psychic, empathic, or whatever, and be on a twin flame journey. But everybody, I hope you have a wonderful, amazing night. Can you astrally project more than one person? Yeah, of course you can. When you said to imagine geometric figures, I imagined the sun with triangles in it and coming out of it, and it was the lotus, with lotus and Yazuka tattoo surrounding it. I'm still trying to figure out what that means. Yo, that's intense. I don't know either. I'm sad yet so happy. I have so much love for all of you right now. Someone said the pillow thing is so normal. I love you guys too. But that's the thing with Twin Flame. It's like sad and happy at the same time. But vibrating higher has made me be able to hold the joy. But I love you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope this helped you in some way. It will be staying up. if I ghost for a while, like if I ghost for like a week, don't panic. I'm just recuperating. But I love you guys very, very much. And if you want to catch me, like I'll usually post on Instagram. Like I'll post Instagram like once a day or something like that. So if you want to keep up with me, you can check me out on Instagram if you have it. Okay, so I will see you guys soon. I love you very, very much, and stay cool and stay kind, and I love you. All right, have a good night. Bye, guys.